This year's coming to an end, 2025. And I'm kind of looking back on a lot of things I've done. I've really experimented with a lot of antennas. It was kind of my goal for the year, just try to get my hand. I made a joke about it, leave no antenna behind. I wanted to get my hands on every antenna I could and experiment with them. Now, I love to build antennas, and I've built a lot of antennas. I've got a book that, nothing but antenna building pretty much. But reflecting back now, looking back, I thought about the top antennas that are purchased antennas that either I purchased or, to be honest, that were sent to me to try out. A couple of these antennas were sent to me. But the top 5, and now here's my criteria. These are DX antennas. I'm a DXer more than a Pota guy. Nothing wrong with Pota. My situation, my location, I'm into DXing, just making the DX context. So these are my top 5 antennas, portable, for DXing, not for every day, rake up, fill up the logbook with as many contacts as I can. These are the ones I think are the top 5 for making those awesome DX contacts. So here you go. Number 5. We're going to start with number 5. And to me, that is the Radioddity HF009 or HF009 antenna. It's a really cool antenna that I did have sent to me by Radioddity, but it's like a lot of other antennas. It's a coil type antenna with a loaded coil, and you can use this thing. It's multi-band. I mean, you could literally use it from 80 to 10 meters, or maybe 40 to 10 meters. But I like the fact that it's really self-contained. The coil's not out in the open. It's wonderful for the elements. I love it. I've used it a couple times, especially on the beach. Really a great DX antenna on the beach. Now, one thing I did find about this antenna, had a very, very, very high Q, a very narrow, which is a good thing. I think that makes it a better DX antenna, but it requires quite a bit of tuning when you're out hunting for those DX contacts. But that's my number 5, the Radioddity HF009 or the HF9 vertical coil antenna. Number 4 is the JPC-12 antenna. This is also a clone of the same antenna, the buddy pole antenna. I like this antenna as a number 4 because of the modifications you can make to it and the things you can purchase for it. I bought the JPC-12 and started out with it. From that point, I added on the JPC-7 to turn it into a loaded dipole type antenna, or a positive V. You can make a positive V dipole antenna when you put it on a mast. On the ground, I purchased to add on to it a JPC-12 kit, a ground plane, basically counterpoise wire, a radial kit that you pop right on the bottom of it. Beyond that, I have added on a capacitance hat and went out and played around with that. And that's really why I like this antenna so much, is that it was the accessories that you could collect and add on and make this a really cool antenna. And I tell you, this is the antenna I've made. I've done this one time. I've made in the daytime a 40-meter contact from the Outer Banks of North Carolina to VK Land, to Australia, with this antenna, using the capacitance hat add-on and the ground plane on the bottom of it, the add-on to that. So there's my number 4, the JPC-7/12/ the other JPCs that are in there. You get the idea. Buddy pole, that type of antenna is my number 4 antenna. Number 3 antenna is the Momobeam, or the American Radio Relay League Momobeam. This is a really cool antenna. I want to get out with it more. I was just blown away when I used it. I've only been out with it one time, but I was like, wow, this is a great antenna. This is kind of pushing the edge of being a portable antenna, but it is portable if you want to take it all apart and put it back together. I actually have mentioned in the videos for this thing that once you build it one time, I would just take a few parts off and put the rest away. It makes it easier to put back up. Cool thing about this is a 10-meter antenna as a Moxon antenna was so very directional, get a lot of gain as a beam. I'm a big fan of the Moxon antenna. But along with that, it's a 2-element Yagi for 6 meters, which makes it another, I know as we're speaking now, we're coming into the winter solstice, which us in the northern hemisphere, it's a good time to get on 6. It's that little bit of a window. But in the southern hemisphere, as it's summer, there 6 is exploding right now. And next summer, when 6 opens back up and comes back around, really want to get out with the Mamo beam again. But using it on 10, it's just so directional and so much gain. Just a great antenna, and I enjoyed it. So there's my number 3, the ARRL Mamo beam. That's number 3. Number 2, this antenna for the price blew me away. I mean, just blew me away. My favorite band is the 20-meter band, and the Martin Lynch & Sons vertical Moxon for 20 meters. Unbelievable. Now, with this, you do need to have a couple poles to put it up on, but what an affordable piece of kit. And I'll be honest with you, everybody that's into, building this type of antenna or putting something like this up, you're a 20-meter operator, for the price, this is an antenna you got to have in your bag if you can get it in the air. You could even put it up in between trees if you had the right spot in the line to hang it up. But I could not believe how amazing this antenna was. And like I said earlier, I'm a big fan of the Moxon, but this one, a vertical Moxon, something I always had churning in my head to build, and then they came out with this thing, and wow, that was just really cool. So number 2 is definitely the ML&S Moxon, vertical Moxon. That thing was just amazing. Number 1, this antenna was the biggest surprise to me. I could not believe it. Blew me away. That was the Pota Beam. That was another antenna I always wanted, was a hex beam. I put that thing up on the DX Engineering 25-foot mast, expecting it to be okay. It was more than okay. That antenna was absolutely just a beast for DX. It really was. And I know it's just a single band, 10-meter band antenna, but right now, while we're kind of still up, and it's going to be this way for a year or two more, maybe a little while longer, while 10 is peaking, it's a great antenna. It really was. I'll get back out with it some more. I'm actually looking forward to maybe really soon getting out with that antenna. That antenna will also work on 11. I'll get an FCC compliant 11-meter rig and get out with it as well. Now, here's some more news from POTAbeam that I know is coming because I've had the discussions with the owner of Pota Beams. There's a multi-band version of this antenna coming out. I will probably be a beta tester for that antenna as it comes out and as soon as I get my hands on it. And this is something to really look out for. Right now, this antenna is my number 1 DX purchasable antenna, an antenna you could purchase for DX. With the way 10 is just unbelievably going off the chains right now. If you want to get out and work some incredible DX, this is a great antenna. And I think it's a pretty good value, too, for the price. I know a lot of people hem and haw when they've spent a few $100s, but I look at it this way. This is something that you have forever, and this is a chance to have a hex beam portable. I know there's another maker of another hex beam out there, but I've looked at that thing and how long it takes to get up. I put this thing up in minutes, and I was just rocking and rolling. So there you go, the Pota Beam, my number 1, and as I said, I'm looking forward to more from Pota Beam as they put some more stuff out there. Anyway, that's it. That's my top 5 purchased DX antennas. Like I said before, not your everyday go out in the park and make contacts as many as you can antenna. True DX antenna. Those are my top 5. I'll put links to at least 4 of them. I think the JPC 7, that type of antenna, with it being a clone, with Buddy, the Buddy poles being out there, whatever, just go search for that. But the other ones, 5, the Radioddity antenna, the Mamo beam, the ML&S, and the Pota Beam. I'll put links to those as well. I also have videos on this channel of all of those antennas as well. You can just go through my channel and check them out. Anyway, that's it. Top 5 purchased DX portable antennas. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time, I'm Salty Walt. Stay salty. 73.